Hey there guys, it's IDSlatt back again with yet another video, and today we're taking a look at the 2022 UNSC Scorpion class by Mega Construx Halo. So let's jump straight into it. So the set comes with two builds. We have a plasma turret and a very nice barrier piece. I'm a fan of the way both of these look. They look very good. This does shoot, as you can see. One issue I have with this, however, though, is it is extremely tall, so that's unfortunate. And then also, it easily falls off of this. So like if you try to point it up, yeah, it usually falls. So that's a bit unfortunate. And I don't know why the stand is like up so high for that. So I do like the way this looks, but honestly, it's just very clunky. Like it doesn't sit in the stand very nice. Other than that, though, we have this very nice banished barrier piece. This looks great. I love the look of this thing, and it serves as a decent little barrier piece for your figures. And you can see it also has the extra plasma pieces, which I think was a nice touch as well. So yeah, these are two nice little builds to complement the rest of this set. They're nothing crazy, but they're definitely a nice addition. I hope we continue to get more small builds like this for Mega. So here's the look of the Scorpion from a straight on view. It looks great. I love the colors here. I love the pieces they use for the lights. Absolutely fantastic. We can see they even added the extra detail on the hatch of the door, which is great. And they even have the turret here. This thing looks pretty good. It's a bit chunky compared to its in-game counterpart, but I'm definitely a fan of it. And here's the view of the Scorpion from the side. It looks great. There's a very nice printed tile piece right here for that Scorpion logo, which I think looks fantastic. I love the look of this thing. It has some nice small details here for the printing. Even has this bar on here, so if you want to have your Marine grab onto it, oh yeah, you can put your Marine on there, which looks great. Unfortunately, they only have these two on the front, on each front track, which is interesting. I don't know why they didn't put them on here. That might be game accurate, but if you want to post figures on here, I feel like it's probably easier with that bar. But I mean, I guess you can still kind of just like, maybe do something like that. It's kind of awkward, but it works. Yeah, very nice from the side here. It has like these cool vent pieces. Yeah, this thing looks great from the side. I really like the view of the back of this thing as well. We can see the vent piece here for the tank, and just the shape I feel like they captured really well in this thing. And there is this piece here, so you can pull this down and pull this up, and that will actually reveal that there is a crate inside of there that you can take out. And inside of this crate, you will see a bunch of tools, which I'm assuming is just for the maintenance of this thing, which I thought was a cool little touch. Definitely a nice little underrated feature for this set. And you do have to put the crate in at a bit of an angle pointing towards the right, otherwise it will not close fully. But once you do that, it will close very nicely for you. So yeah, that's a great little feature that they add on this thing. I wouldn't have expected them to do that. Here's a view of the right side of the Scorpion. If you want, you can plop a Marine or really any figure in that little turret slot to have them, of course, shooting. Now, this thing does have a very cool play feature, which is this. When you flick this thing forward, it actually moves. Now, it does not shoot projectiles, unfortunately, but it's definitely a cool little play feature in my opinion. My main issue with this turret though is it does look very weird from the top. So you can see this rubber band mechanism that they use to get this thing to do that flick fire motion. and this piece kind of sticks out, so it looks really weird. So what I actually did for this thing is I added some pieces. So like I like put a piece here. If you just put like some smooth tiles here, it doesn't look bad. But yeah, I'm not a fan of the way this thing looks from the top. It just looks a little bit cheap and janky to me, especially with them using these copper colored pieces. I'm not really sure why they chose those pieces. And it also does have this very awkward gap. I believe that they actually left that gap to, of course, let you point this thing up and down. So although it doesn't look great, I'm not too mad that they decided to do that. But overall, I think that the head of the Scorpion looks pretty solid. And it does turn 360 degrees, which is very nice. So I'm definitely a fan of that feature. And of course, this is a Scorpion, so you can, in fact, put a figure inside of the cockpit here. It's a little tricky to do, so you want to move the turret, the head, so it's not in the way. And you just pull this back. It's very chunky, by the way, but I think that was just for them to add that translucent piece there. And there isn't too much going on inside, but there is a very nice brown slope pieces in there. Of course, if you want to as well, you can just pop a figure in here. So I'm going to put a figure that isn't from this set in here because I don't want to have trouble getting this guy out. So you can slide them in there. There's no console piece or anything I'm going to grab onto, but they just kind of fall in there. And then you can just close it. So yeah, that's cool. I'm glad that they have a hatch for this thing. And of course, this thing is a Scorpion, so it does have treads. Now, it uses these tread pieces that are, you actually build these yourself. And let me just say, it's definitely a bit tedious building these things. But they do look nice when you're done with them. Yeah, these treads are responsive, so when you pick this thing up, it does have this nice flopping motion. And if you put an object over it, okay, this is probably too big of an object, but if you put an object over it, you know, you can really simulate this thing going over something, which I think is nice. So yeah, it's definitely a cool little feature that they have there for the Scorpion. So I think the build for this thing is great overall. My only real issue with this thing is just how weird it looks from the top. Other than that, I think it looks great, and it's definitely fairly accurate to its in-game counterpart. And of course, this wouldn't be a mega set without some very nice figures. So the first figure we have here is a very nice desert themed Marine. These are the same colors that we saw for the Marine in the blind bags, the most recent ones, the Infinite Series 4 blind bags. Very nice looking figure. He does also have a very nice battle rifle there in black. Very, very big fan of this figure. And of course, with all these new Marines, you can take the helmet off to reveal their very, very nice details. His eyes look a bit weird, but overall he looks pretty solid, and he does have some nice painted details for his eyebrows and beard. Next up, we have this very, very nice Spanish hunter with a lot of prints and I think a couple of paint applications. This is a great looking figure. I'm a huge fan of these hunter figures. This is the same, pretty much the same figure that we got in the Wasp Onslaught back in 2021. I think it looks pretty solid. However, he does have printed detailing on his chest. You can see there he actually has battle damage. So I'm glad they're using that battle damage more, even if it is a bit pixelated. And it seems that Mega has listened to our complaints about only giving us one hunter in sets, because this set does contain two hunters, a pair of hunters, so that's great to see. This is basically the same hunter, except he does not have that battle damage on his chest. Here is our elite warlord in this set. This is a fantastic figure with these beautiful gray details. Very, very good looking figure. I'm glad they chose the energy sword as well. I think that was a great choice for him. And he does have numerous accents on his armor. Those are nice dark gray accents. Those look great. He even has accents on his feet. And if I tilt his head down for you guys, you can see he also has some detailing on his head. This is a great looking figure. I have really no complaints with him. I hope we get more of these elite warlords, especially a Chak Lock. Now, I know a lot of people are considering this to be Chak Lock. Honestly, until we receive a Chak Lock figure from Mega, I'm probably just gonna consider this to be Chak Lock because he's very similar. I think Chak Lock just does have like some red detailing, but other than that, this is like basically a bootleg version of Chak Lock. Very, very good looking figure. I'm definitely a fan of this elite warlord. Here we have Spartan Benita Stone in her very, very nice Trailblazer Mark 7 armor. I love this figure. Her details are very, very crisp. A lot of printing for her digi camo. She even has printing on the shoulders, which I'm glad they're doing for her. I love when they give us the printing on the shoulders for that Mark 7. The Mark 7 shoulder plates, I think it looks fantastic. This is a Halo Heroes level figure for sure, in my opinion. I will note, her colors are a bit bright, but honestly, I think in toy form, I think that was probably a better way to go. They are fairly bright, but she's fairly accurate to her in-game counterpart as far as the patterns for these colors go. So I'm definitely a fan of this figure for sure. And she does come with that gunmetal gray Hydra as well, which is an interesting choice for her. And for a quick comparison, here is Stone compared to the Trailblazer we got in Halo Heroes Series 14. These are very similar figures overall. The prints are pretty similar on both of these figures. Obviously, the colors are different. However, we can see that Stone actually has some printing on her legs. It was rumored that this Trailblazer from Series 14 was the original version of Stone. So I just want to give you guys a quick comparison. So guys, that's the set here. I think this is a fantastic set. It has some nice little gimmicks like that secret opening in the back that you can put the crate in. I love this flick addition as well, even if it does hinder the actual look of the head of the Scorpion. I think this is a fantastic set. Retail is $97, which is great. They give you 5 figures here, 2 hunters, which we all know hunters are fairly expensive figures. So I think that was a great choice for Mega to do. The price to piece ratio is also pretty good. It's 993 pieces and it's $97. I think that this set is pretty close to being not perfect, but next thing to it. I just think that this set offers a tremendous amount of value. I don't know if I've seen any other set that offers this much value for what it's doing. I think that these side builds are nice, even if that turret is a bit janky. The Scorpion is fantastic for the most part. The figures are great. They did a great job with Stone, the Warlord, and both of the Hunters, especially adding that nice little printed detail for the Hunter. I thought that was a great choice. So I would definitely recommend picking up this set. For even retail is fine. I was actually lucky enough. Meyer had a Black Friday sale about a month or two ago at this point, but I got this thing for, I want to say it was like $70, which is just a great price. This thing is kind of hard to find. You can find it on Amazon, but right now it's about like $120, which I wouldn't pay more than retail for any set really. I would just wait. Usually these sets go on sale. I would just check around in like Meijer, Walmart, Target, all of your retail stores and online. See if you can find this thing. If you can't get it on sale, I would definitely say that it's still worth the retail price for sure. So yeah, guys, that's my review here. This is a great set. It honestly surprised me because I originally did not want this set. But I think that everything this set brings to the table is just phenomenal. So I definitely recommend picking this one up. I'm going to give this thing a 9 out of 10 rating. It's a fantastic set. So I definitely recommend picking this one up if you guys get the chance to. So yeah, guys, that's my review here. I hope you enjoyed. Feel free to like the video if you've liked it. Feel free to dislike if you did it. And thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope to see you guys in the next video as well.